am Sneha Mondal of KIT University, and today I am going to talk about the 3 farm laws repealed for which PM Narendra Modi says sorry. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that they have decided to repeal all the 3 farm laws. Will begin the procedure at the Parliament session that begins this month. He urged the farmers to return home to their families and get started afresh. Apologizing to the country, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday announced the repeal of the 3 contentious farm laws against which farmers, mainly from Punjab and Haryana, have been protesting at the borders of Delhi for nearly a year. The Prime Minister chose the occasion of Guru Nanak Jayanti to announce the repeal of the 3 laws. The Farmers' Empowerment and the Protection Agreement of Price Assurance and Farmer Service Act, the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Act, and the Essential Commodities Act. Since November 26, 2020, farmers mostly from Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh have been protesting at Delhi's border demanding the repeal of the laws. After several rounds of talks between the government and the farmer unions failed to end the protest, the Supreme Court stayed the implementation of 3 farm laws. PM Modi also announced the formation of a committee comprising representatives of the central government, state governments, farmers, agricultural scientists and agricultural economists to ensure the decision on various issues related to agricultural, including making the minimum support price MSP are more effective and transparent. Now the question comes, why did the government decide to repeal these laws after defending them from solidly for so long? No official reasons has been cited. The decision comes just ahead of the winter session of Parliament that is scheduled to commence on November 29. In the last session of the Parliament, the opposition attacked the government strongly over the laws and it led to the acrimony and impacted the functioning of the houses. The Prime Minister has made his announcement before the announcement of the crucial assembly election in 5 states: Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh and Goa. The BJP performance in the civic polls in Punjab earlier this year and in assembly by election in Haryana were dismal. Experts say that the elections were major reasons. They are also particularly important to Modi's BJP party but have been up in arms since the laws were passed in September last year. Elections are due early next year in some key states such as Uttar Pradesh and Punjab, and Modi's party hopes to win them back. Both states have a sizable farmer population, particularly in Punjab. Modi's party already rules over Uttar Pradesh but is under immense pressure over its response to the pandemic and the struggling economy. If farmers desert his party during the polls, it will not only shrink its prospects to form the state government for a second term but also weaken its chances to get an overwhelming majority in 2024 national elections. Uttar Pradesh sends the most legislature to the national parliament, which has 552 seats. Modi's party has a very little footprint in Punjab but hopes to form a government there and strengthen its voter base in neighbouring agricultural states such as Haryana, ruled by his party. But experts say that the surprise decision may end up not helping the party. It is still early, so it's not clear how a policy loss is going to convert into an electoral gain, said Giles Verniers, a professor of political science at New Delhi's Ashoka University. Modi's party welcomed the move, with some painting it as a decision that prioritized the farmers. Now the question comes, what does it mean for the protesting farmers? Yes, it is a win for them, at least for now. Since the laws were passed last year, farmers have camped out on the outskirts of Delhi through a harsh winter and a devastating coronavirus surge. The government initially negotiated with the protesters and offered to suspend the laws for 18 months, but the farmers continued to press for a full repeal. Over the past year, dozens of farmers died due to suicide, but weather conditions and COVID during the demonstrations which drew the international support, it is a big victory for the farmers' movement and a big boost for those who have been agitating for over a year, said Kiran Visa, a farmer leader from the southern Telangana state. Varniers, the political science professor, agreed. Farmers will perceive it as their victory and not as a gesture of benevolence from the Prime Minister, he said. Does this mean the protests have ended? No, they have not. Farmers group have said that they will continue to protest until the laws were officially withdrawn during the parliament session set to begin in December. They also says that the protest will also continue until the government assures them of guaranteed prices for certain essential crops. A system introduced in the 1960s to help India shore up its food reserves and prevent the shortages. We welcome the decision, but the movement doesn't end here. Many of us don't have a high degree of confidence in the PM or the central government, and we won't stop until we see it is repealed in Parliament, Visa said. Now the question comes, what were the laws all about? Modi's government said that the laws were necessary reforms to modernize the Indian government, but farmers feared for the government's move to introduce the market reforms in agriculture would leave them poorer. The law also were not clear about whether the government would continue to guarantee prices for certain essential crops. Farmers worried that the laws signaled that the government was moving away from a system in which an overwhelming majority of farmers sell only to government-sanctioned marketplaces. They worried that this would leave them at the mercy of corporations that would have no legal obligations to pay them guaranteed prices. Thank you.